Aw, animals.
Gator just wanted some love. A 7-foot alligator was found tucked under a family's SUV in Sugar Land, Texas overnight, and it appeared that it didn't want to leave. After seeing the unexpected visitor under their SUV, a Texas family called the Fort Bend County Sheriff's deputies, who had to get help to capture the alligator. Given the fact that the gator is about 7 feet long, the cops had no other choice but to call in Gator Chris and the Texas Gator Squad for help. After twisting and turning and thrashing from the gator for a while, the surprise guest was finally pulled from under the SUV and put back into the Brazos River. So why was the gator camping out under the family's car? According to KTRK-TV, the reptile was apparently on the prowl. Gator Chris said during this time of the year, gators travel frequently at night to look for food, girlfriends, and setting up time for mating. According to UPI, another gator looking for a moray was caught on camera this week in Florida as it wandered all the way inside a home garage, but eventually left on its own. Guess the gator never found its love. Authorities recommend people to call for help if they see an alligator in their vicinity. And while taking pictures seems like the thing we do now, don't go near it, as it may be the last thing you ever do. Alligators are taking over the world.
Alligator meets its match, a 10-year-old girl. 10-year-old Juliana Oso from Florida survived an alligator attack by prying open the reptile's jaws with her bare hands. How gnarly is that? Oso was with her family at Lake Mary Jane near Orlando on Saturday, May 6th. She was sitting in shallow water in a designated swim area when an alligator surfaced and chomped on her knee and calf. Remembering a trick she'd learned while visiting Gatorland, Osa poked the gator in its nostrils. She then pried the gator's jaws open with her bare hands to free her leg. Osa was later taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening puncture wounds. The gator was estimated to be 8 feet 9 inches long. After the attack, it was spotted in the same swimming area and was then captured by Florida wildlife officials. A Gatorland representative said it was a miracle that an animal with one of the strongest bites on Earth released the kid, and they're very proud and happy that Osa learned how to do it at Gatorland. Gator strolls onto South Carolina golf course. This is Fripp Island Golf and Beach Resort in South Carolina, USA. Last week, it got a surprising guest in the form of a 12-foot-long alligator Mississippi piensis, better known as the American alligator. He apparently goes by Big Al, so we're calling him that as well. According to a Facebook post by the Fripp Island Activity Center, Al sauntered onto the golf course last Tuesday evening. He was apparently less concerned about the nearby deer and people, and more focused on getting to another pond. This footage was shot by the island's naturalist, Jessica Miller. The resort says she was accompanied by a security team and was 30 feet away while shooting it. A closer look at the Facebook comments reveals that this isn't the first time said gator's been spotted. User Charles Heyman claims to have spotted the big feller 2 weeks ago on the same fairway. Al's apparently lived around the resort peacefully for years, so we reckon he's probably got one hell of a swing. The Fripp Island Activity Center says if you ever see a gator traveling out of water, stay back and let him continue his journey. Wise words indeed.
Frozen gators? A video released Monday shed light on the unique way alligators adapt to icy winter conditions. In the video, alligators in a North Carolina swamp park were seemingly frozen inside a pond with only their snouts visible above the ice. Alligators are ectothermic, which means they don't generate their own body heat and rely on the environment to regulate their internal temperature. Most gators live in temperate climates, but occasionally a bomb cyclone brings in an icy winter and the scaly creatures have to deal. When temperatures reach freezing, gators are known to stick their snouts out of the water before the surface ices over. This allows them to continue breathing as they lower their body temperatures and metabolism, falling into a hibernating state in a process known as brumation. Once it becomes warm and the water thaws, the cold-blooded animals will slowly begin thermoregulating their body temperatures. Days after the frozen gator video made its rounds online, an update was posted showing the gators now out and about, though apparently still grumpy from their winter nap. Alligators versus sharks. Don't like sharks? Then gators might be your new best pal. Research published in the journal Southeastern Naturalist details alligators eating sharks around the coasts of Georgia and Florida. Alligators' diets typically consist of shellfish, fish, and some mammals. Researchers pumped the stomachs of 500 alligators and found small sharks and stingrays inside some. Alligators mainly hunt in freshwater, but can sip rain during storms from the water's surface to prolong their time in saltwater. The research also considered cases of sharks eating alligators and old reports of mass battles between the predators during floods. Notably, they look at a case from the late 19th century where sharks were attracted to fish blood from alligators feeding. The researchers say a storm and flooding washed the alligators out to sea. And it's there that the sharks attacked.
Family finds massive gator chilling in their pool. A Florida family had an unexpected visitor drop by their pool on Memorial Day, a giant alligator. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office got a call on Monday after a family found a big old alligator chilling in their pool. A young lady cleaning the family's pool made the 911 call. Deputy Lori Clark was the first on scene and got some FaceTime with the uninvited pool pal. The alligator was estimated to be around 7 to 8 feet long. Authorities then called a trapper who was able to get the gator out of the water so it could be moved to a more appropriate location. The video shows the gator thrashing around violently and performing death rolls to try to get loose from the trapper's noose. Yikes! How animals are surviving Hurricane Harvey. As Hurricane Harvey dumped water all over Texas, humans weren't the only ones looking for relief. Animals of all shapes and sizes were caught in the downpour and had to be rescued along with everybody else. The rich animals were the lucky ones, because they were able to get out before the rain hit. Blue-collared friends like Harvey the Hawk wasn't as fortunate. Heavy rains forced Harvey to hail a cab rather than take to the skies. Guess Harvey isn't a big Uber or Lyft fan. Gators have also been trying to escape all the wetness. Many have been seen hanging out in the burbs. And of course, man's best friend and our favorite feline companions were stuck just like everyone else. Oh, how heartbreaking. We're talking about that poor cat stuck in the back, not the old grandmas, although they're okay too. And it wasn't only the big animals looking for a helping hand during Tropical Storm Harvey. Insects were in on the action as well. Stay dry out there, folks.